family, friends, sports, kind of just mixed into one.
Hours of activities, homework, and cramming for tests. Sports practices and games. So you get the prom back? Yeah. And extracurricular activities. Many high school students keep grueling schedules.
Balancing them all sometimes can be way too much.
I know, as I've seen with friends and myself, if you feel all this overwhelming stress, especially as a senior applying to college, doing all these extracurriculars, doing AP classes, it does get to be a lot, and I know a lot of kids experience something called burnout.
That's why these Taunton High School students support a bill that would allow excused absences for mental health days.
What do you think of that whole idea?
I think it's honestly an amazing idea.
Up until now, to get an excused absence, if a student asks for a sick day, parents and students have to provide a doctor's note. This bill would account for 2 mental health days a year, no doctor's note required.
The bill is even more important now because our children have experienced the ravages of the pandemic, if you will, in terms of their education and their mental health needs.
This was an idea from before the pandemic, but the last few years, what have you seen in terms of student mental health?
We've seen definitely an uptick in mental health care issues. The anxiety from children is higher than I've seen before in my 26 years in education.
Principal Scott Holcomb disagrees with any critics of the bill who claim that students have already missed too much classroom time.
Because if you're anxious, it's more difficult to learn.
I believe it would also help them perform better in school, because once you take that mental health break, you come back feeling more productive the next day.
Senior Araceli Aliceo believes passing the bill will also raise awareness and get students talking about the importance of taking care of their own mental health.
And especially it helps rid the stigma of oh, if you're staying home, you're lazy, or oh, if you need a day off, you're just quitting. But I think everyone kind of needs a break.
We need to listen to the voices of young people. That's where I think the important information comes in terms of what young people need post-pandemic.